Okay, so this is my cell phone photography accessories that I take with me all the time, wherever I go, in my purse, when I'm out and about, or my backpack when I'm out hiking, things like that. I take my lens kit and I take my tripod and shutter release clicker. So I'll show you how I use them on my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus cell phone, and then some other things I'll show you. But first, let's start with the tripod. This is a bendy leg Joby tripod. They're a very popular brand. You can get them almost anywhere. I think I got mine off of Best Buy. So bendy legs, they are really useful to put like on the back of chairs at restaurants when you want to get that group shot, or out hiking, put it on a fence or a tree branch. And this little area right here, like there's a little gap that you can push it down, but I've never been able to do that. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I do. But essentially you can hook up any camera as long as it has, you know, a tripod screw for it, and you could use that. Now this is not really meant for heavier cameras, but if you're in a pinch, go ahead and use it, right? And then the attachment that comes with it, it's really low profile. You could even take this off. This is the shutter release clicker I was talking about. It even has a little ring that you can put it on your keychain if you think you're gonna lose it. But it comes with a battery. You have to buy extras if you think you're gonna run out. But this thing is, I've used this so much like in the past 2 years and I haven't had a chance to replace the battery. There's no need to. It lasts forever. So what you do is you hold down the clicker, it'll start blinking red, turn the Bluetooth feature on your cell phone and look for the Joby brand, and then it's paired, and then you can go, don't go too far with this, far enough to where, you know, you can get your group in there and it still works. This is your shutter cable, or shutter clicker. And then that is, I usually keep it attached here. There's a little slot for it. But if you want to make it even lower profile, keep that on your keychain, and then this goes in your actual bag. Then this opens up, and all you do is screw that onto there. It's a classic cell phone mount. It's spring loaded, so it can fit most phones. I like that flexibility. So I could put my friends or family phones on there too. It's not just like strictly tailored for my Samsung. And it's fun to share this with other people. So that clamps on there. And then all you do is just kind of put it on like that with the spring, and then turn it around. You could do selfies putting it this way. You can do, flip your cell phone around and actually get some like higher quality image pictures, because you know the selfie camera does not have that many megapixels. I think mine has 8, and then the actual camera here has 20. So you can have it like this, and then you don't have to set a timer if you don't want to, or let's say your battery is dead on this, then sure, set the timer. If not, go run into the group and get your clicker, or you want to get candid shots of yourself. Easy to hide in the palm of your hand. No one's going to see this in your hand if you're trying to do selfie shots, or put it in the your pocket, and you can click away as many photos as you want. So this is really, really useful. The only problem is that because it's spring loaded here, I mean, it does stretch quite a bit, but you have to make sure that these clamps don't hit any of the buttons on the side of your cell phone. So you got to kind of position it just right on the off to the side. And then if you have a case, like if your case has a battery charger or battery pack attached to it, oh, it can be really bulky and really big. And I've had a hard time fitting cases like that on. A pop socket, I have one on my case. I took it off. I took the case off to do this video, but I do have a pop socket. I'm still able to put it on the end here and just balance it out by making sure the legs are adjusted in a way that it all balances out. So that's not a big deal at all. So there is the tripod and the shutter release that I use with me. And the other thing I bring is my lenses. Now, none of these items here are sponsored. Like, this is what I literally legit use every day. And so this is one I bought off of Amazon. I thought it was a really good deal. It's like around $30 for all of this. And it comes with a wide angle and a macro lens, a light. You can use it as a selfie light. It comes in 3 brightnesses. And it is rechargeable, which I love. And it clips onto your cell phone, or you can clip it onto anything else, especially when you're doing macro shots. You kind of want that little extra light. It's cool that it comes with that. Just really useful. We'll get to the lens in a second. In order to use the lens on your cell phone, this thing will clip onto your cell phone, and you screw the actual lens onto this. It also has a lanyard attachment, and the lanyard is in here. So yeah, it comes with a lanyard. It's so cool. It just comes with all these features. So what you do is, if you don't want to carry the lens attached to your cell phone, you can carry the lens on a lanyard around your neck and just attach this to your cell phone whenever you want to use it. So that's a nice feature, because with the lens attachment in your cell phone, it's hard to put in your pocket if you don't have a big pocket. So it's easier to just detach this, carry the lens around your neck, and then you can shove this in your pocket. So now onto, it comes with a little also cleaning wipe too, which who doesn't need extra of those? Like, isn't that great? And then just a little, it's really deep, so you can fit everything in there. And it comes with a carabiner, so I can attach this to my jeans or my backpack or my purse. So if there's no room, just put it on the outside. It's really nice feature. Okay, so for the lens itself, it's pretty small. Look at that, it fits in the palm of my hand. It's really nice. Unscrew the back. So this is just a cover to keep that clean so that no dust gets in there. And then this is what screws into your little attachment for your cell phone. So that's gonna go on there. How quick was that? And then here are your 2 lenses. This is macro and this is your wide. So to access your macro, you have to unscrew the wide. It's kind of a nice compact design. So that comes off. And then now this is your macro lens. And what you're gonna do is attach this to your cell phone, whichever camera you wanna use. You wanna use your front camera, you wanna use your back camera. I always use my back camera because I want the highest quality megapixels. And what you're gonna do is line it up with your camera. See, so you can go off. It's gonna distort the image a little, which actually makes some pretty creative like shots. But if you get it right in the middle there, then that's perfect. And then the lanyard, just move that out of your way. And then let's turn on my phone real quick. So I'm gonna go over to the camera, and you notice how fuzzy that is. Let me just remove the lanyard for now. You would naturally have this around your neck, so it would be out of the way. But let's say, look how blurry everything is, right? Because it's a macro lens. So what you want to do is get close into something that's small. So I have some buttons here that I got. I went to a film Padea in San Clemente earlier this year. And these are pretty small buttons. And if you want to get a closer look at these buttons, you want to get a nice close shot, you got to get really close for it to be in focus. So look how close I am to that lens. Really close to get that button and those details. So here's another detailed button, right? So I've got the Darkroom Lab, which is also in San Clemente, where they develop film. And so if I want to get a shot of that on my macro lens, look at that, the blurred backgrounds. I got a lot of detail in there, and look how close I am. So definitely on stuff for fine print, things you want to get close-ups on. So that's with it off. Now let me put the wide angle on there. It's just a matter of screwing that on top of the macro lens. So you have the wide angle lens, take off the cap, and then now put it back on your camera. So if this is my camera and I want to line it up with the lens, line it up with that lens right there. Don't put it off, because then you're going to get some vignetting and blurry background or blurry edges. So now I've got wide field of view. So for example, those are where my buttons are, right? And my cleaner, if I were to take off the lens, this is wide. And that's your standard. So Huge difference, right? So the wide, you'll really, really notice it. There you go again, with and without. You'll really notice it when you're trying to do like panoramic photos of, mountain ranges, things like that. Or you're trying to get everyone in your group in the shot because there's so many people. Like church photo pictures. Wow, there's just so many people and they want to do a group shot. So I got to throw this lens on. When you want something really intimate and really maybe like a flower to any of those kind of typical macro shots you would take with a macro lens for your camera, you do it here with your cell phone. And it just helps that little extra bit. And it's so easy, and so portable. Like and if you can't fit this, like say, okay, I don't really want to take this. I don't really want to take the lanyard with me. I only have my pockets, or I don't have a lot of room in my backpack. Fine. What I do is, in that case, I still want to put the lens cap to protect the lens there from getting dirty and collecting dust. I'll still put that cap on, and then I'll bring this. And these two are going in my bag with these two. And I can even fit these in my pocket or my jacket pocket. And no big deal for all of these. And then my cell phone too in a pocket. So there you go. If you just want to bring these and you don't want to carry anything else, you can leave this at home. Now, if you want to bring something extra, like a ring selfie light. I love this. Got this off of Amazon too. I don't even remember the name of the company. But this is a rechargeable one. I love the rechargeable ones. They, I don't know. I like the idea of being able to reuse it and not having to buy battery after battery. So you just click it once, it comes on, click it off. It does, if you hold it, the light gets intense. So it increases in light. And then let go and then click that clicker again, and then the light will go down. So you have variable intensity here, which is really nice feature. Turn off, just click it again. So just a little button clicker, and that goes, if you're going to do a selfie, you put it right there on your phone. Or you can turn it around and it still won't cover your lens, which is what I really, really like about this. It's big and wide enough, and it puts out a lot of light. I use this when I'm at Disneyland and we're trying to get shots with the castle at night. And the castle in the background is super bright because it's lit, and we're dark because our back is to it. So I add this as a little extra boost of light. And it was, I ended up sharing it with other people who were trying to do the same thing and take pictures with the castle at night in the background, but their faces were so blurred and they didn't want the flash to go off. So it was a really cool thing to also help share. I have shared my lenses. Look how easy it is to share. It's just a matter of like unclipping it from your phone and giving it to someone else to try real quick. I have shared this lens with so many people because everyone asked me like, what is that on your phone? I mean, when you look at it, it's just it's kind of weird if you've never seen. I mean, there's a ton of options on Amazon. Oh my gosh. What led me to this is I wanted a Moment lens. I wanted their whole cell phone lens collection, but it was really expensive. And at the time, they didn't have a cover for Androids. So I went looking for alternatives on Amazon. This is what I found. And so what you're going to do is, you're going to be walking around holding your cell phone like this, and people are like, what the heck is that? So it is kind of cool to go around holding this. You are going to attract some attention, and then if you want to add the light too on there, so now you got a little rig set up here, and then put your microphone. Oh my gosh, you've just got like a little vlogging thing going on here, and it has a wide angle lens comparable to the GoPro. So you got a little GoPro set up here if you wanted to, in terms of the look. And image stabilization, not so much, but that's why you spend more for a GoPro, right? So these are the 2 minimum things I take with me when I go when I go anywhere out and about, because hey, I'm a photographer, and cell phone photography is really interesting to me. I love that new trend of it actually being considered art. And then if I have room, I will bring that selfie light. If not, these two are so compact. I love it. Can throw these in my bag. And if I find that, hey, I don't need all this stuff when I get to my location, then I just take out what I want and leave this in the car. So no big deal. I would say that the lens does get dirty a lot easier because you're taking it in and out. You're using it a lot. So if you want to bring an extra microfiber cloth or extra cleaner, I use all kinds of cleaners. This is just one it's been taking me forever to use, Eclipse optic cleaning fluid, because the photographer recommended it to me. And yeah, I mean, it's okay. It cleans other things too, not just lenses. And these buttons are really tiny, but to see that under the macro lens, it just adds like this really cool feature to it. And your cell phone photos are not going to look like everybody else's. And you shot it that way. You didn't edit it that way. So just something to think about and something to consider when you go out and do some cell phone photography. All right, till next time.